Next guest, technology journalist Rick Broida joins us. He's a contributor to CNET, and he is the Cheapskate blogger. Rick, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Molly?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm super excited to chat with you today. You are a technology journalist, an author, and you scour the web for deals, and you're going to talk to us about some super cool gadgets today, which I'm definitely excited to talk about. You have a couple really good deals and a few that stood out to you. Let's dive right in. The first one, the Wise camera. I was looking at this. It looks pretty amazing at a great price point.
It is. So, Wi-Fi cameras are kind of all the rage these days. People are snapping them up for home security purposes, for keeping tabs on their pet when they're away at work, for watching their porch so that packages don't get stolen, all this sort of thing. So, cameras like this have been around for a while, but traditionally they're on the pricey side. It's not uncommon to spend $100, $200 on just a single camera, and then you often have to pay a service fee on top of that for
Jeez.
cloud storage for your recording, right? So these things can be pretty pricey. So the Wise Cam is this guy right here. And as you can see, it's just this adorable little cube, right? It looks like something that should hop out at the beginning of a Pixar movie.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And so it's a Wi-Fi camera that is, first let me tell you that it ticks all the boxes, right? It does high definition video streaming. It does night vision. It has motion detection. It really does just about everything that you would want from one of these cameras. And Molly, just what would you pay for such a thing? Just throw out a number.
I would guess 200 to 300 bucks.
Well, good. That's going to make this all the more exciting. So the Wise Cam is $20.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
$20, which immediately makes me think, no, that's too good to be true. Can't possibly work well. Well, I've tested out a couple of them in my house. It works very well. And what's really amazing about it is that when you do these, when you record video, you set up like motion capture or night vision or automatic detection or whatever. You get 14 days of free rolling cloud storage for these videos. So there's no additional subscription fee on top of it. There's no gotcha. It's just a great little product.
So how do they make it so cheap? Because you look at any of these like super intense cameras that are at really great price points. So you look at what we're recording on right now. You look at GoPros. You look at all these cameras that you think are a good price, but they're not. I mean, $20. That's absolutely
How?
ridiculous.
Right,
Yes.
how?
I mean, how
Yeah.
are they doing that? And there's no gotcha.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, the company behind this, Wise Labs, is I think just kind of trying to disrupt the market a little bit. There may well be down the road some sort of higher price premium model or whatever. But what's really interesting is that this is actually now the second version of this camera. This is the V2 model, which was just announced last week. And I thought, oh, okay, well, here we go. This is going to be their more expensive version. But it's not. It's still $20. It just replaces the last version. It's $20. It's got slightly better image sensor, slightly better motion detection, all this good stuff. Still $20.
That's remarkable. And the fact is, and what you said, you kind of nailed it. People are looking at these, installing, you have like the doorbell cam, but you don't even need that. You can hook it up wherever you want. I was looking at their website. You can put them in like in your kid's room to see if they're sleeping okay. You can put
Yep.
them and see what your pet's doing at home, that kind of thing. Do you know, Rick, can you sync multiple of these up if you wanted to do like a low cost home security system?
Yeah, absolutely you can. In fact, I've set up two in my house. I don't think you can get actual live streaming feeds from multiple cameras at once, but you can like literally tap to toggle between one or the other and shift between the various cameras. And that's a great point. For $100, you buy five of these cameras, cover your whole house. One thing I forgot to mention, it also does two-way audio. So not only can you hear what's happening at the other end, you can actually talk to your pet while you're away and then watch while it looks around and tries to figure out where you are.
That's great.
Fun with pets.
I think that's unbelievable, and like you said, kind of just disrupting what's out there already for $20. It'd be fun just to install that. I think kids can do that, parents can do that. You can invest in that just to be able to talk to your kids, your parents, whatever it is. $20. That's remarkable.
Yeah, it's just one of those too good to be true, but isn't types of deals. And as the cheapskate, makes me very excited. No gotcha to speak of.
Yeah, and what I like about that too is the fact that you've tested it out. You found and feed's pretty good. Haven't had any problems like glitchiness or anything like that.
I haven't. Anecdotally, I've heard from a few readers that they had occasionally the camera would disconnect, and they had to repair it. Wise has been pushing out firmware updates fairly regularly, so firmware updates will fix these kinds of things, and they are still supporting the first gen camera with firmware updates, at least for the time being. So it's not like you're high and dry.
Okay.
So as with anything, temper your expectations. It is a $20 camera after all. But I'm a huge fan, and I think it's well worth it.
All right, cool. That's for $20. Hey, I'm sold. And if you don't like it, you can always disconnect and give it to someone else.
Yeah, makes a great gift.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So we're talking about kind of home security, looking at cameras, that kind of gadget. Let's move on to something that's also super popular. You've discovered a wearable that also really hits the mark and is not a disgusting price point.
Right. So this is new. This is new to market, and something I've just discovered and just started testing for the last couple of days. But I'll give you the quick backstory on this. A couple weeks ago, I saw a headline kind of around the different tech sites, basically saying this $80 Apple Watch knockoff is just as good as the Apple Watch, right? And of course, someone like me, I'm going like, what? Okay, let me see. So here is that product, and I'm just going to hold it up so you can see it.
Cool.
Kind of looks like an Apple Watch,
looks exactly
right?
like the Apple Watch, yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's roughly the same shape, same kind of form factor. But this is actually not an Apple Watch. It is from a company called Amaze Fit, which and wait, it gets better. The company's called Amaze Fit. The product is called the BIP. It's the Amaze Fit BIP. So it sounds like I'm just speaking gibberish. But anyway, so this is a new product, and it's actually not even officially shipping in the US yet. It's back ordered until March, but the price on Amazfit's site is $99. Okay, you can actually find it from some Chinese sellers now for $70, $80. That's for the international version. I think what you're going to get here in the US is a straight up English version. But anyway, all that being said, this ticks a lot of important boxes, okay? So it's a smartwatch. It pairs with your phone to give you notifications, to alert you of calendar events, alert you when you're getting a phone call. It has a heart rate monitor. It has GPS. It has a compass. I mean, it does a lot of things that you wouldn't expect at this price point. And it's kind of cute. It's, very stylish looking. Oh, best part, forgot. The battery, I know, I'm so excited. The battery is good for up to 45 days before you have to charge it again. What? Apple Watch, charge it every night. What?
45 days?
Up to 45 days. Depends on how you use it. If you use the GPS a lot, it might be closer to 30 days. But even then, come on.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna Skype in 45 days and see how that watch is doing.
Well, I've had it on my wrist for about 5 days now, and the battery life is still at like 82%. So, I mean, you can do the math. It's pretty impressive.
I can't do the math.
Me either.
I can't do the math. I think that's probably the selling point, because that's the frustrating thing a lot of people say with either their phones or their wearables, is that the battery stinks, and so what's the point?
Yeah, and I don't mind, because I had an Apple Watch prior to this, and I've gotten accustomed to just throwing it on the charger at night, just same as I do with my phone. But when I travel, I don't want to have to bring along yet another charger for the watch. It's a huge hassle. And so I haven't 100% decided, like, am I going to wear this full time now in place of the Apple Watch? But it's making a very strong case. And I'll mention as well that if you remember the Pebble was kind of like the first smartwatch, and it was super popular. But Pebble folded or was bought out last year, and this is really more like a Pebble. It has an always-on screen. It's beautiful outdoors where it's reflective and everything like that. It's kind of low resolution and kind of not nearly as bright as an Apple Watch or an Android Wear watch, but it gets the job done.
And I mean, and that's really interesting too. And the company that owns Amaze Fit, I was looking, is an exclusive provider that does wearable technology. So that's good to know. It's not just some random startup, right?
That's true. And I was hoping you were going to take a stab at pronouncing that company
No,
name
not
because
going
I
to.
can't. Starts with an X.
But
That's
it's
all I can.
worldwide. No, it's known worldwide.
Yes, it's a global brand, and so I think this is they have a couple of fitness watches I think that are priced about $200, but this is
Wow.
the first stab at something that's much more consumer oriented and priced under $100, and it's going to be interesting. I think this could kind of be a market disruptor as well.
Cool. Well, Rick Broida, thank you so much for joining us here today. It's been awesome to chat with you. Hopefully we can chat again soon. You have the latest and greatest products that we can all actually afford.
It's my pleasure. I'm happy to come on anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll put links and information on our website, GoLocalProb, if you're interested in any of these gadgets. And of course, you can always follow Rick Broida on any of his social media platforms. He's a contributor for CNET as well. I'm wrapping up here in the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. Molly O'Brien, that's GoLocal Live for the 3 o'clock hour. Kate Nagel kicks things off with all things news and politics in just a moment. Thanks so much for joining us.